You're free to shop here. You're free to spend money here. But are you free to just step out of the system and do whatever you want? Good question. Not really. Ask anybody that sleeps on the street. Are they free to be outside of the system? Look what they have to go through just to sleep.
A lot of torture.
It's a crime to be poor. It's a crime to be homeless. That's not freedom. You know. And again, it's an illusion of freedom. Are you free to speak your mind to the powers that be? Are you free to walk into the White House and speak to the president? No. No. I mean, if we started marching right now, would we get the shit kicked out of us? Yes. Were you free to film the other night when the white shirt came up to you? For no reason, right? Certain things they take offense to. If we're free, why is he standing there? Why is he standing there? How free are we?
They're looking like animals.
Yeah. If we were free, they wouldn't be standing there. They're making sure we don't go over the line. We toe the line, but we don't go over the line. Yeah. Again, it's relative. I think it depends on who you talk to and how they're feeling at that moment. Ask our artist in a box if he thinks he's free. How free he thinks he is.
You mean in this country you might have some trouble because of your choice, like burqa?
Post 9/11, yes. Pre 9/11, maybe not so much, except for people making fun or something like that. Post 9/11, I think that I had a guy, actually, it's interesting you said that, earlier came up on a bicycle, and he's like, "Why do you wear that?" He thought I was a nun or something, and I was like, "Well, I'm Muslim." He goes, "You're Muslim?" You know, because I get that a lot. I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, you converted?" It's like, "No, I'm born Muslim." "Oh, well, why do you guys wear that?" You know, and then he started into this whole conversation about how oppressive it is, and I'm like, "So let me get this straight. You're an American guy." He goes, "Yeah." "And you're a guy?" He goes, "Yeah." "And you're telling me I should feel oppressed. You're a guy telling a woman I should feel oppressed. So I'm freer walking around like this, but yet you find it okay to oppress women even when they're like that." One of the biggest minorities in the world is women. So regardless of whether we cover or we don't cover, we're still going to get shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting to me that somebody would say something about how somebody's dressed and feel that's oppressive when there's so many other things going on that are way more oppressive than the way somebody dresses. You know, I would concentrate on keeping our rights to free speech. I would concentrate on keeping our rights to do anything. You know, before I would address the way somebody's dressed. That's crazy. For me, that's crazy. What do you care what somebody wears? It doesn't make the person, right? But to them, in their mind's eye, like post 9/11, sometimes you have people that are not very intelligent, that are just like this, and we're the new enemy. You know, I just tell them we're the flavor of the month. It's our turn. We're the enemy this year. Next year it'll be somebody else. You know, in the 60s and the 70s, it was the communists that were the horrible people that were going to get us. Now it's the horrible Muslims. Next year it'll be somebody else. I'm sure.
Before the communists, there was blacks rioting for freedom. They were the most horrible people. Shoot to kill them. Before them,
still, they just legalize it now with stop and frisk, but it's the same bullshit. Yeah, they needed. There was a wonderful documentary done by BBC a few years back, and it's called The Power of Nightmares. And if anybody ever gets a chance to see it, it's on YouTube, and it's definitely worth seeing. It's called The Power of Nightmares, and it's about how these governments use that type of propaganda to scare
and also
And
Indians.
you can't go after entire groups of people without demonizing them. You've got to accuse them of something, and you've got to make them these horrible people and these horrible monsters, so it validates your reason for going over there and killing them, or going over here and killing them. You got to villainize them. And it's a wonderful documentary on how that's done, and how it's done through, the propaganda and the media, and slowly, indoctrinated into the culture. And it's also part of what? Divide and conquer. I'm sorry, sweetie. Oh, you are a sweetheart. It's part of that divide and conquer, because if you and I are fighting, we're not going to sit down and talk to each other, right? And this is another reason why I like food. Like we were just talking, part of our conversation was about food. Like you can take a ton of total strangers, and if you sit them down to eat, you're going to start talking to each other. It's just human nature.
Wow.
And it breaks the ice, and it gets people talking and sharing and more comfortable.
So which one is more effective? Coming together and yelling at the system in the march, or coming together and eating together and discussing and talking?
There's a time and place for both. But for me, I prefer to eating. You see? Everybody loves food, man. Right?
I'm used to it like so fresh. Like,
So,
it's still good though.
what kind of food is this?
It's pastry. Chocolate.
What's this?
Pastry.
Pastry. French pastry.
I mean, what's in it?
Chocolate. Eggs. Dough. Eggs. Milk.
I'm good. Thank you.
Just break it in half. The other half in somebody. You want one?
Maybe I need. Oh, okay. I have one.
Not bad, right? Sorry.
I don't know where she got those. You're welcome. Done?
Thank you.
You're better.